and welcome everybody to assignment 2, the perfume bottle, fragrance bottle. And I imagine that some of you discovered that it's not the easiest thing in the world to shoot, right?
It was not.
But it sure is fun to shoot. And keeping in mind that fragrance companies, in many cases, spend more for the bottle that you buy it in than the 6 ounces of liquid that's inside it. You're really buying a bottle. It's like liquor advertising and wine. If the bottle has to sell you, because you can't taste it to find out if you like it unless you buy it. The bottle is the art. And if you can remember the bottle, if the shape or something gets clicked into your mind, they can sell more stuff. All right, we are going to jump through this just a little bit here, folks. So we have some folks that have to leave. So Kevin is up. All right. That's cool, Kevin. And you actually put it on the silver so we can see through the perfume here. What is happening? I like the shot, by the way. I like the shot. What is happening here? Where is that coming from?
Well, that's an interesting question, and I'm trying to figure that out. So I think, and I'm not positive, I do have a shaded window in the room that I took this shot in, and all I can possibly think of is that it was coming through one of the slats in the shade.
That's what it looks like. It looks like an opening in a curtain.
Yeah. So
all right.
I thought about cloning it out, but in the end I thought, well, it's kind of interesting. So I left it.
I would even it up.
Okay.
The little white bar in and of itself is not distracting, but where it closes at the top, that's the first thing my eye went to, is like, what's happening here? Because they should go right up to the top, just like that. You see that little curvy hooky thingy there?
Yeah.
I would take that white thing right up to there. Just clean that white thing up so it's absolutely square with it. Okay.
Right.
The yellow and the white reflecting from here, that's that's just what's going to happen on the sides. That's cool. This one up here where the little gray is going on the cap, I'd probably take the cap all the way blue.
Yeah.
Just so that's really clean there. And that's just reflection. That looks pretty good. Pretty good, Kevin. What did you oh, and the great Gary Perwheeler. Man, oh man. Yes, sir. His book came out, changed everything for me. Everything changed.
Yeah, I read that book. I literally have read it 50 times. I look at it every day. It's great.
I think most of my Project 52 members have that book too, because we've talked about it in just about every class. It's a fantastic. All right, it's big soft box to the left. You got anything over here to the left here? You got this to the right?
Yeah, so this final image only used the one softbox. I did try using a mirror on the left-hand side in some of the earlier shots, but I didn't like the way it looked. Okay, so I ended up not using the mirror.
What is this? This is a white card then?
No, that's actually reflecting. It's catching the softbox. It's hard to describe the shape of that chrome top, but it's kind of ovalish. And it's catching the reflection of that softbox.
Well, in this shot, it's on the right side of the cap. In the shot, it's on the left side of the cap. That's why I was wondering.
Yeah, it's again, somehow the shape of that top is catching the reflection on the left side.
Huh, but it's got to be reflecting something.
Don, would it be reflecting the U, the
no, it's at
the
a
letter
different...
U? Maybe it's reflecting the letters.
Maybe, I don't know. It doesn't look like the same angle, right angle to me.
Yeah.
And then
maybe I've broken the law of physics, Don.
What's that?
Maybe I broke the law of physics. I'm the first to do it.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Very interesting. All right, good shot. And you kept this. You kept the look of the liquid in here. You could probably, I think, lighten it up in here. See, it's getting a little dark back there.
Right.
Where's my annotate? Little dark right in here. I'd pull it up to right about that, so that the Burberry stands out.
Sure.
And the best tool to use that I know of is NYX Vivesa.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. All right. Thank you there, Kevin. And we're going to run down here to Lee's real quick. And
Thank you,
Lee,
sir.
how are you doing?
Pretty good, thank you.
Well, you got a lot of color in that. Every facet looks good. These are hard bottles with these facets running everywhere.
Mhm.
What is your background here?
I use a golden background. It's a paper, and then the bag is cellophane paper,
Okay.
orange color.
Okay.
And I use a tray with water, and under the water there is the gold paper. It's a gold paper that with a little bit of texture.
Okay.
So that's why you see the little spots. That is the texture of the paper under the water.
It's in it's actually sitting in water.
Yes. And I move the water with a hair dryer.
Oh, cool. So you get little waves and ripples.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
There
that's
we go.
the way I did it. And the label, I shoot it separately because it was not reflecting properly. It was reflecting all orange or gold. So the label was actually the color of the perfume, which I like it, but it was not the label that as it was. So I photographed the label separately and I mask it.
Okay. You might blend this using your opacity tool.
Yeah.
To get a little of that yellow to come through it.
Oh, okay.
Because it looks a little flat right here.
Yes.
And we just with the opacity tool, see if you go down to 80%, you get enough stuff coming through it that it gets that gold look back. All right.
Shaded it a little bit.
Yeah, really
Okay.
nice.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Very nice. All right, we're going to now get back up to the top here. And Rob Reed, are you out there, Rob? Rob. No, Rob. Okay.
His note says he's gonna miss, Dawn.
Oh, he's going to miss? Okay.
Yep.
All right, Rob, when you see this recording, this is what I'm going to tell you. This, whatever that is there, clean that up. It's got to be black all the way to the top. I know there's a little bit of rub coming through, but it doesn't look good. That sort of texture there, it does not look good. Looks good over here in the highlights. This highlight's a little battered, so clean that up. And also I would tell you to make it come vertically down instead of at an angle, just like this one comes down. The second thing is you can hardly shoot perfume, guys, without putting a white card behind that perfume, because we're seeing the black behind it. We're seeing the black. Always, always, you want to be able to see through it and have it be bright. Never black. Okay. A little up here. And then, yeah, there's some cleanup that needs to be done right in here, Rob. All right. Good. Oops, not that one. This one. Okay, and Rob, I would have brought this light. I really would have brought this light right down to here. Get it right down on top of your subject. You'll get more nuance from it. This light is too far away. Get it right into here. Here's where your lights probably should have been, Rob. Just like that, right in on top of it. That way you get the maximum use of the light and you get the power that light does. What I'm not talking about, I'm talking about the visual power of it. And let's look at something really quick here. every light has a certain look, like a 4x8 softbox has a look to it because it's a big box. It has that look of a big box at 2.5 times the radius. So I don't know what the radius is of this. I don't know how to do radiuses. Anyway, let's do a 22-inch beauty dish with a sock over it. 22 inches. It looks like a beauty dish. It has the effects of a beauty dish. It has or a soft box because it's got a soft sock over it. It looks like that. You get the power of it at 2.5 times its radius. So 22, 44, about 55, and about 55 to 60 inches away from the subject, it's not going to look like a softbox anymore. It's going to look like a light. You get it twice that distance, you get it, 150 inches away. It's just a light. Whether it's got a soft thing on the front or not a thing on the front, it's just a light. It's going to be a little bitty highlight on your subject. So keep in mind that to get the maximum of these lights, you want to get them in close. If they're too close, pull them back. Slow increments, but start with them in close. Tammy Bicknell.
Hi,
Hi, Tammy. How are you?
good, how are you?
Very good. Looks like we got 2 lights going here.
Yes. Apologies for my setup shot. I'm gonna try to do better next week on that.
I think you needed a light from the back.
Okay.
This little hard light here that's giving us all these weird speculars here, that light could be moved back to there, and then backlighting the sand and throwing a little shadow forward would give us more dimension. When you light from the front, like this one here, this light, when you light from the front, you eliminate dimension. That's the whole point of lighting to the front. That's why we light people from the front, product from the back. And so we have a bright spot here, and then it just kind of goes bright. So if you look at it, there really isn't a shape to this. We kind of know that there is from up here, but we're not really feeling the shape because we should see something light and then dark and then light. That's how we get the shape of it. So the bottle looks what we could say flat. So this light could be on the side. That would give us a brighter light here, a little bit darker here, and this light back there would pick up a rim over here, and we would get that feeling of roundness to it. But I like the idea. What is this? A stick?
Yeah, there's just some little sort of, I have like a potpourri kit,
Okay.
and so
Well, this
yeah.
is a really good idea for this bottle, especially since it's not translucent. It's a really good idea. I would shoot it again with your, was this the softbox? I take it, right?
Yes. I had a soft box, and then I also had another light with a barn door on it.
Yeah, this barn door light, bring it from back there, Tammy. Bring it from the back. Let it just hit the back of that object, and use your softbox to the side a little bit more than you did, a little bit more, and then a fill card on this side, a white card that could run from the camera to the object. Just a white card. That's all you'll need to pop that side. All right.
Okay.
All right. Very good. Very good. Murray. Oh, also not going to be here. All right. Murray did a super job with this bottle up against the white, so we don't have to worry about shooting the translucence. It is showing the translucence, but I really like how she captured this. This is a clear glass knob at the top. So definitely she's worked with, I don't know, we have behind the scenes here. Yes, so she's worked with just studio black at the top. So there's nothing up there to give her light. We're shooting through the object to the light source in the back. And she's firing the speed light, but I don't know what the power is relationship to the background. And it's very, very clean. All the edges show. All of them show. Even down here, where it gets very light, it still shows. And I would say, Mari, I would probably burn that area right there to match this area over here. Very selective burn in there. The top of the bottle looks great all through here. It's a really good job. Really nice job. And I like the fact that this highlight here is a little bit brighter than that highlight there. These are a little bit less bright. That gives us dimension to the lighting as well. Very subtle. Great job. Jim Hill.
Good morning.
Hi, Jim. That's probably like, 38 cents worth of liquid in a $10 bottle.
That was a very hard bottle because it has just like a spectrum. You just turn it just as hair and it just lights up differently every time you change it.
That's very cool. Okay. I think the shot overall is pretty good. This one's going out of focus on a shot like this. I don't know that it should.
Okay.
Okay. That limited depth of field is being used differently today, and this is not the shot to use it on. But that's not a deal killer. Kill that highlight there, that one. We don't need to see those highlights. You got to clean up these glasses right there. You got to clean up this bottle down here. It's got to be absolutely perfect. Is that, unless that's a texture, is that like black rock with texture in it?
No, it's a clear bottle.
Okay. Yeah, we got to clean that up down there. The set is great. That's really cool. Little block of something there.
Yeah.
And then you got around showing us the inside of the bottle by putting a spray light behind it, being bright to come back through. Good. The facets look good. This looks good up here. All the way through, you've not lost the bottle into the background. Solid. Solid. On a shot like this, I would have probably, did you shoot it at 16? Or do you know?
Nah, I probably was like around 11, I think.
Okay. Yeah, 11. I'm not sure 16 would have given it to you. So you may, they're touching here, so they can't really bring it up anymore. So you may think about focus stacking this. But that's going to be hard because these bubbles are never in the same spot.
So have the whole image in focus.
Yes. Yeah. I don't care about the back here. That can go out, that can go out of focus. Probably, I think I would bring this glass up a little bit, get it in plane with this thing, right in here, and then move that glass up, and you should be able, because you're just slightly out right there. Should be able to get it all. And if that doesn't work, then move your camera back about a foot, and you should be able to get it in. You'll just have to crop the image in tighter.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, very good. The lighting. Oh, no fill light? No filler at all, huh?
Well, it's below the table.
Oh, no, I didn't mean that. You got your light, but you don't have anything over here. No fill.
No.
Okay. So what's really interesting about this, folks, is that the inside of the glasses are actually providing their own, in a way, their own fill. It looks like another light source. Your light's over here, right?
That's correct.
So light's coming in here and it's hitting the back of the glasses, which are themselves then becoming almost like a light source and standing out from the background. That's really cool. That's very cool. All right. And Jan, I don't think Jan's here yet. All right, we'll come back to Jan. He has to go last. So we'll come back there. Steve Pamp. Steve, I can't hear you. You got a mic on, or there's no microphone for Steve.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there we go.
Sorry about that. Yeah. Hey, Don.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. Got this nice little spray back here, but that spray is not doing this.
It is not. No, there's a white card behind that. And I've also got a speed light behind there and to the right.
Lighting up the card.
The card is being lit by the main light to the left there. The backlighting was mostly to pop out the cubes.
Okay.
And I spent a lot of time dealing with some funky reflections in that bottle, which I never fully was able to resolve. But yeah, and then there's a speed light down from the top that's given a little bit of definition to that platform that the bottle's on.
And this is this one firing?
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
And there's the background is underneath the table.
got it. So this one's firing, and that one plus your background light.
Correct.
Okay. I don't see the white card here.
It's behind. I taped it to the back of the bottle.
Oh, okay.
I cut it out and taped it to the back of the bottle.
Got it. Well, you're lucky it worked. Usually that doesn't work.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah, usually let's look down at the top of the bottle. So it's kind of a square bottle, right?
And it's more of a ellipse. It's pointed. It's rounded and pointed at the end. Yeah, kind of like that. And it comes to a point on the sides. So it's like like a football shape almost.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you got a soft box to this side, right?
Yes.
What you do is you take your card and you put it like this. How it's not drawing. Okay. So you put it like, seriously? Like this at an angle. And you lean it back just a little bit. So you actually have to cut the card a little bit larger than this because it's going to
Oh, I
go
see.
at an angle, right? And you
Yes.
lean it back so that this card lights up from this softbox. And then the camera sees through.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah.
And if you
Okay.
have a top light, you can just take the thing and lean it back. So if we were looking at the bottle
Top.
this way from the side,
Right.
the card would be doing this. And then
I
your
see.
top light lights it up and it goes through.
Oh,
Sometimes when you put it on top of on the side of the bottle, it doesn't catch any light. In this case, it did.
yep.
That's not the best way to do it, but you lucked out.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, there you go.
Good to know. Thank you.
Look, it's a nice shot. You got little highlights through here. It's very clean, and your cubes look fun. Nicely done, Steve.
Thank you.
Yeah, good shot. Good shot.
Thanks.
And Joe Cosentino.
Hey, Don.
Hi, Joe.
It's a kitchen fragrance instead of a people fragrance.
Okay. Pretty colors. Now you used soft depth of field to really.
Yeah,
pull this down to the front here.
5.6.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I wanted all that in focus or not.
Well, I think when you're doing a hero shot like this, makes sense. So you shot the bottle separately.
Yeah, I just
and
put
dropped
that
it over
a-
the other
A
bottle.
white, well, the bottle's in the same place. It's just the white V card and then the black strips to kind of get a little bit of side edge lighting or shadow.
That's what these black strips
Yeah.
are doing, folks, right down the
Mhm.
side here. And it's one of the reasons why I prefer you using black strips than studio dark. Studio dark just means there's nothing there, so there's just nothing to reflect back in. It's sloppy. When you create it with the cards, it's absolutely perfect. It's exactly what you want. Yeah, and then you just laid that one down on top of the other one, huh?
Yeah, I just picked up the cards and it was right, the seam was right behind it.
Okay,
So I didn't have to move the bottle.
got it.
And then, yeah, then just brushed in the white bottle.
Very good. Nicely done, Joe. That's
Thanks.
a good shot. Yeah, real clean. real clean. Paul.
Yep, I'm here.
Hi, Paul. You built a
Hi,
nice
Dan.
little set here. That's obviously in the studio, right?
Yes, yeah, I built a little beach scene.
Do you have something behind this bottle, or are we getting just from up there? As I'm seeing these little strings here, I think that's them.
Yeah, that's the beach grass.
Okay.
I thought, added a little depth to it, but I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah, I don't know either, honestly. It is crooked though, right?
It is what?
It's crooked, right?
It is a little bit. See, the problem I had, because it's not a completely full bottle, is the logo is such at the top
Yeah.
that I kept trying to get so I could actually read it. And as you can see, the top of the T is right at the air bubble line.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that was a challenge. So that's why it's a little crooked.
Well, that's a good reason to do it, but don't do it.
Yeah.
Because the fact that it's crooked is a bigger deal than missing the T.
I probably should have leaned. I did. It's actually leaning forward too.
Yeah. Now
but-
leaning forward, that's not bad, or even leaning back a little bit. That we're going to be okay with. But when it's crooked and we can see the crooked line, it's just going to feel wrong.
Yeah.
And
Right.
this is where you sit down with your art director. If you're shooting with an art director, you sit down and go, you guys put the T way up here at the top.
Yep.
That's not my fault. So what are we going to do to it? Well, they may open up the top and put a little more liquid in here. Just
Yeah.
fill it right up to the top, which you don't want to do with your wife's perfume.
No,
They
that was
get
the
very
problem.
upset when you start putting stuff in it like Dr. Pepper, that type of thing. But that is how they would do it, but don't ever let it lean like that. You chose a really tough bottle and you did a really good job with it. I would go back to the set, do it again, do it absolutely level, and you've got a really, really good clean shot here. Okay.
Right.
Also do it two ways. One with the grass, and then move the leaves out of the way, shoot a second one without touching the camera or anything, right?
Uh-huh.
Then you've got a clean bottle. You could pick that bottle up and drop it right down on this one, or put it behind this one in a layer and paint out those leaves and see which one you like better. Because this would be a decision that the art director would make. Do we see these things through it or do we not? And as
Right.
long as a photographer, you know how to do both ways, then you're covered. It's like, whatever you want, boss.
Great idea.
All right, good. Very good. Oh, okay. That's how you got that nice poppy light. It's like a little sunset. You got it really close to the background. Good. Is this one going off?
It is. It's yeah. You don't see it in there, but yeah, it has a gel on it too. A CTO.
Nice. It's got a nice feeling on the rock and on this and all these little things in here and coming across here. That's really nice. Nicely done studio shot, sir.
Thank you, Don.
Larry Davidson. Larry, are you here? Oh my, okay. This is very clean. I think we could maybe pick up that edge right there on the top would be good. This, see how this little circle line comes right under here? This one looks wrong. You see that? It just looks, it doesn't look like it matters. I would pick this one up, clone it, flip it, and put it right here. So it's absolutely the same. The G is getting a little bit darker up here. I'd pull that up a little bit. Little getting, I think that's your composite work there. Little funky on that. This little ribbon thing, that's very cool coming in here and holding it. Really nice concept. Well done. Well done. Little bit of things that can be fixed up in here, but definitely it definitely catches the eye and gives the art director, room to do what they need to do and still catch the eye. Very good. Oh, it's a guitar. All right. I didn't see that. Okay. Top light's good. 2 cards. Very evenly done, by the way. Good job for you. These cards are very even. Little things happening like that little dark area right there might need to be cleaned up. That little shoulder right there needs to be cleaned up a little bit. Really good. Larry. Nice. Nice. Mark Shaw.
Good morning, Don.
Hi, Mark. Well, you checked all the boxes here, sir. You got your little dark line on the side, so this doesn't melt into the background. Your shoulders look good. They look even, too. That little round thing there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get rid of that because it's not over there. So let's just ditch it. Everything else is almost a mirror image. Now the hole that they made in the glass is not even, but that's because it's not even, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's fine there. It's supposed to look handmade. Fix that. That's rough looking there. It's probably exactly what the bottle looks like, but you know, this bottle is so pretty and so perfect. I'd clean that up in here, Mark. That little dark line there, I'd leave that, but I think this extraneous stuff falling down into the glass, I would get rid of that. I get rid of that black there. There's no reasons for it. Well, there's a reason for it. It's a reflection of probably the cap down there. And then this where it gets kind of orangey and funky down here. I think I clean that up as well. Not eliminating it, but pulling it back a little bit. All right. Other than that, the bottle looks really good. What are the lines in the black area here?
The famous M flag. The zebra flag. You got the video of that a few years ago.
Huh.
And I still use that. I have one of those. Actually, I made it.
Okay.
So all it is it's just a piece of foam core, cut out the center, and then I just put some black paper over the center so that it looks like a, there it is. You can see it there.
Yeah. 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 Cool. I'm wondering why it has the stripes on it, though.
I think that's the cap.
This is black paper or black felt?
It's paper.
Okay. So what's happening is that something from this thing is reflecting on that paper. Okay. If you were to get back here and fire the strobe, you're going to see a reflection on the paper. Because the paper is just shiny enough to pick up a reflection. Take this thing and put felt on it, black felt, and you won't get the stripes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is. Could just be the power of the light coming through here too. Just to do it. All right, very good.
Thanks, Don.
Super good. Real clean shot there, Mark. Oops, I went too fast. And we got Christina.
Hi, Don.
Hi, Christina. So you figured it out.
Well, I worked at it. I don't know if I figured it out, but I worked
Well,
at
you
it.
don't have, I don't see your material through your perfume.
I did. I have some little acrylic pieces and I just propped one up behind there. It's
There
a
you go.
kind of a vanilla color, so I put it back behind there.
There you go. And the bottle looks like it's darker at the top and brighter at the bottom.
Yes.
3.4 fluid ounces in this bottle. And I'll bet you the bottle cost them 10 or 15 bucks a piece.
You know, that bottle, when I actually shot it in like a harsher, well, not a harsher light, but when I did it at night and just used the soft box, it is so scratched. It's such the cheapest bottle I think they could ever have found. There's so many scratches and dents and nicks. So this was done in just daylight, and it gave it such a better, a softer
Okay.
feel for that.
And the light is
glass.
coming through a window from this side.
Yes.
Yeah, I love what it's doing. It's catching the edges of this this ink that's etched off the glass, right? The ink is, yeah.
Yes.
So we're getting that edge through there. Your label looks particularly very good, by the way.
Good.
Right through here, it looks very, very even. This little highlight over here is catching it. I would take that little highlight and enhance it just a little bit.
Okay.
This is where you get into pixel peeping. You go all the way in and you grab just that highlight. It may be 15 pixels across, right?
Okay.
Grab that highlight, move it up, and just lighten it just a little. When I say move it up, put it on a new layer, that selection, and then just go to your whatever tool you use to do that, whether it's channels or levels, and just edge it up a little bit brighter.
Okay.
That would be nice. This looks good through here. Yeah, really nice.
Now this
A-
is
A
this is
white
the first.
card over here
Uh-huh.
would have given you that edge that we see here, would have given you that edge here.
Well, that's one of the things I was going to ask. Do you, because someone said it was distracting and I wasn't sure, so I thought I'd get your opinion on it for it to be so light. Or is it more important that it's just even?
Now, wait a minute. What was distracting? This line?
Yes, the highlight there.
No, we don't see that edge, that bevel, without that highlight.
Okay.
I would probably tell you to clone that highlight and bring
Okay.
it over here.
All right.
Put it right down there.
Now,
Yeah.
this is
That's
the
one of the
first
things
time.
one of the things that I'm missing on the shot is some sort of side highlighting. Okay. To
Okay.
give it, that's why I'm thinking a white card over here on this side, to give us some edge here. But your window light is fairly far away.
Yes.
Yeah, and so we're not getting a shape of it.
Okay.
Okay, so lacking that shape, it would be good to put at least a shape on the negative side.
All right.
Okay.
This is the first time I've done stacking. I stacked this.
Okay.
So I was very pleased. It's the first time I've ever done that.
You mean focus stacking?
Yes, because
Oh.
I couldn't get the scarf in the back. At first I was letting it drop off, but then I decided I wanted to have it all fairly.
Well, good choice.
focused.
Yeah, it looks
So-
good the way it is here. Looks good. Well, good for you. What
Thank
did you
you.
use? Photoshop or
Photoshop, yes.
Photoshop? All right. Very nice.
Thank you.
Obviously, we didn't focus stack this one. Nor
I
did we
figured I'd
need to.
work. I figured I'd work so hard on the real.
Oh, I was going to say,
photo.
Christina, I haven't seen somebody shoot a photograph on a 2004 iPhone in so long. Very nice.
Thanks.
Good shot. And Andreas. Well,
Hello, Don. How are you?
hi. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you. How are you?
Very good. What a pretty photograph. What a lovely photograph.
Thank you.
Got the edges in here, all so nice. All the way through. This is a handmade piece of glass, so it's not going to be even in here. What is the red thing? Is that the little thing that pulls the spritzer out?
No, that's actually printed on the glass. It's like the flower coming down all the way.
Okay. Okay. Wow, that's really, really pretty. Kenzo flower bottle.
Yeah.
So you've got a couple of different, it's bright. Going to medium, going to dark, and then you picked it up with this warm color at the bottom that doesn't seem to be affecting the photograph at all. I don't see that purple or whatever it is being reflected anywhere in here. So is this a multiple shot?
Yeah. Actually, if you move to the behind the scenes shot, you see that I layered two exposures. to get the gradient in the background better, you know?
Got it.
And the liquid in the bottle is like pinkish, and I wanted to obtain that pinkish, but this was really hard to get. That's not a clear white liquid. It's like just a little bit of pinkish liquid in
Yeah.
there, you know?
Yeah, and if it's that subtle, it's tough.
Yeah.
I would probably tell you to try cutting out your area here. And gosh, won't that be fun? Huh? Come on, cutting that whole thing out. That'll be a good time. Moving it to a new layer and just see if you could adjust the hue to pull a little bit of pink back in it. Because in advertising, which is
Yeah.
commercials of what we do in this group, in that kind of realm, we may sometimes have to accentuate the reality. So it might
Okay.
end up looking a little bit pinker than it does in real life, but that's better than having it look clear. Now, when I look
Okay.
at it from the side here, I can see the pink.
Mm.
So you did a pretty good job with it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it doesn't look clear. It looks pink to me, but if you wanted to bring it up a little bit more pink, you probably could. You could probably do actually a real
Thank you.
sloppy cut here. Bring that up to
Yeah.
a new layer and just work with your
Okay.
color replacement, you know, because you're not going to be messing with any blues. I don't think there's any blue in here. You're just going to be playing with the reds.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, and next time I promise I get rid of all those dark areas. I made a mistake in setting up, and I have too much. I saw this today when I looked at it again. Yeah, those things.
Yeah, those things are a
I
problem right in here. These little edges here. There, just too much stuff around the set.
not good if you're in a rush, you know. But time was running out yesterday, and if you look at my setup, then you can clearly find the areas that I needed to cover, which
Yeah,
are
but you know what? It's a good sketch shot because you've got it. You got a sketch shot. Now you can go back and address each one of these things
okay.
and not have to reinvent the wheel.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Derek. Derek, you here? I don't see him. Really, really good, Derek. Really good. Really good. Derek is just finishing up Project 52 and has come a long ways. This is a very nice shot. Might clean this up down here a little bit right here. Little things like that. I don't know what that is there. If that's in the logo, let me know. If not, fix that. Fix that little kind of goofy stuff happening there. And right here where this blue is getting all messed up from the reflection of the brightness of the bottle below, fix that up. Maybe clone something from here and bring it down, but just fix that up. This thing has to look perfect. This edge here, this silver edge here, matching this one up here, I would pull it over to about there, pick it up and lighten it up. And over here, I do the same thing right about there. So it matches the flow of those two guys. And be careful using round reflectors, round scrims, guys. Be really, really careful. You can use a round scrim that comes in your 5-in-1. Okay, that works great. Just get a piece of cardboard that covers this and cut a square out of the middle of it so that we don't end up with these round tops. Then you've got basically a softbox, scrim softbox, which is a very cool type of softbox to have. Really good, Derek, really nice. Rob Royer.
Hi, Don.
Hi, Rob, how you doing?
Good. I had all kinds of trouble with this one.
We have pink highlights. Is that because this cap is pink?
Yes, it is
Okay,
actually.
all right, cap is pink. That makes sense. Your main highlight over here, doing a good job here. Edges show up well. And this is a perfume? Oh,
Yes,
I
it
see
is.
Yeah, the thing going down in there.
It's a very cheap one. Cheap bottle.
Well, it's named Flower Power. That highlight would come out. It's interesting. It looks like you've got your white cards down the side, but I'm not seeing them in this bottle. And it's probably because the bottle is leaning, angle of reflection is going down into this area here.
Right, okay.
So if you put a white card over here, it's really not going to see it
Yeah, there's
because it's coming down.
right, there's a scrim on the left and a white card on the right.
Okay. All right, let's go see your behind the scenes here. Yeah. You're shooting about this much of the shot right there.
Right,
Get this card into right there.
okay,
Yeah, get it in as close as possible. Over here, your scrim, you could come in a little bit more, but I don't think there's a problem with it. No, it's the fact that this bottle is coming down and reflecting the lower part. So there's a way to get to fix that now that we're in digital world. And that is you take a white card and you just lay it on the table right up here. The same
Right.
thing over here, just lay a white card on the table. Then this thing reflects and you get those highlights down the side, right?
okay,
Then you've got the shot with the black here. You take the shot with the white cards, put it right on top. So you've got your bottle here and you just erase the white cards, right? And you got your shot.
okay. I will try that.
Because the reflection that you have below here is going to be under the white card. So you just erase them and then you're good. All right, good. I don't think it's a terrible shot, Rob, at all. I think it's all right. It really is. I think it might be a little dark. In Photoshop, move it up about 2 clicks in exposure and see if you
Okay.
like it better. I
Yep.
think it could take a little bit more exposure.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Wow, good job. Patricia Keegan.
Hi, Don.
Hi, how are you?
Not too bad yourself?
Very good. Oh, look, you've got the matching red up here. Very nice. Rose and the beautiful glass that it's in. Look at that. Is this little gold stuff coming down the edge?
It's supposed to be sort of silvery, I think. I'm not sure what the color was there
Okay.
coming from. I had trouble with that part of it. I don't know. I was trying to put white back in to reflect it back, but I don't know.
Yeah, you got your white over here. You got a white over here coming from the background, which looks pretty good. And the bottle looks pretty good. It's getting a little funky right here. See how the
Yeah,
edge-
I think that might be a reflection of the rose. I'm not too sure. I did
It
think
could- well, we've got green and red, so I'm going to go with it's a reflection of the rose.
yeah,
on the
I was
inside of that bottle.
sorry.
Yeah. So how do you get rid of it? Well, you'd have to do 2 shots, one with the rose and one with a white card that hid the rose from this.
Yeah, I was a bit short on time. I was thinking of trying to do something like that, but I kind of ran out of time because I had to travel at work. So
Now this little messy area here, I think has to stay there because that is the bottle itself. But down here, I would clean that up and make it very, very even. It's going to be a little bit of Photoshop work to clean that area up, but it'll be worth it. It'll
Right.
really be worth it. What's happening here, though, is what's going to be a problem. Your bottle disappears there. Do you see that?
yeah,
It's just getting too much highlight off the back. How much brighter was your background than your subject? Do you remember?
It was actually, I don't really know, because it was lit by the two side lights. That was just the white card and stuff at the back, but maybe it was whatever way it was shining on the back or something.
Okay, I see what you did. Put it right through there.
They're just continuous lights and stuff, so I'm not too sure.
Okay. Well, this is where a good bracket would help you. So you're shooting at ISO 400. Okay. Change
Yeah.
your ISO to 200, shoot it again. Change it to 100 and shoot it again. So you're going to get 3 progressively dark images, right? Darker than what you shot.
Right.
Then if you have the one where those edges look good, but the rest of it looks bad, you know, you get these edges back where there's something there. Then you take that image in Photoshop and it's on this layer, and you take the image that you have there and you put it on this layer and you mask it off and you only burn in those edges. You only
Yeah, I
erase
might actually have something. I didn't. Yeah, I might actually have something.
Oh, that'd be
that
great.
I-
That'd be great.
that I could
should do it.
stick in from another shop, because I did do a few different things, but
Yeah, as long as you haven't moved the camera or the prop, you're good.
I tried not to, because I learned that from before.
I really love the way the light's playing with this up here. These little edges here can be fixed up right in there, fixed up, and that little edge right there needs to be fixed up. Leave the highlight alone, just that where it's coming over looks a little rough. The rose looks great. It's very good shot.
When you say, sorry, when you're saying fix up the little things, what do you mean? Just clean them up, is it?
You mean this part up here?
The bits, yeah, that you were saying.
See how it gets rough here where the light,
All
it's
right,
like the
yeah.
plastic is rough. It's rough
Yeah,
edge.
yeah.
In the advertising world, rough edges never exist. We just clean that.
Believe
right
you,
off.
this was a cheap bottle.
And it's, I got to tell you, it's harder to shoot the cheap stuff than it is to shoot the good stuff. One of the assignments in Project 52 is to shoot a power strip. You know, those things that are hanging at the checkout line where you plug it in the wall and you got 4 plugs you can put into it. Hey, now that's a sexy thing to shoot, isn't it? Huh? Especially if it's like a white one. But see, what we're called on to do is to make a photograph of a $5.99 strip light to make it look like it's worth $20 and they're getting a deal at $5.99. And it's, you know, hard. Now you get one of those really nice ones that's like $179 with the powers and everything. They're already perfect. They're beautiful and you can do things with them. We have to make the cheap stuff look great and the great stuff look even better. All right, good.
Okay, thanks.
Yes. All right, Norm. Norm, you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, there you are.
I'm here.
Okay. So obviously you put something behind it, right? White card or
Yeah, there's a card. You can actually see it at the bottom left or right corner, but I missed that earlier on.
okay.
But, yeah, there's a white card underneath it.
Okay. And our light's coming from over
Main
here.
light is on the right. It's a strip box horizontal. There's a behind the scenes there.
Got it.
Yep. And I
Okay.
also had a white card over top, handheld. I was trying to light up the lettering at the top of the bottle. It was still, I still had to boost it a little bit in post and all, but that was basically what the overhead white card was trying to do.
Okay. Yeah, and it also probably lit this up as well in here.
Yeah.
Card behind it. I think your strip box is too far forward because all the light's coming here and we're not getting anything back here. And I'd rather see, think about it. I'd rather see this shadow come forward like this.
Oh.
Right? To help give us the accentuate. the shadow is going this way. It's not accentuating the shape of the bottle at all. Had we brought a light from back there, or even from back here, and all you have to do is slide your strip box back and like that, and we get it in here. Now that's obviously going to change the way the light's falling on the bottle. So that's going to necessitate a white card over here, probably a white card over here, but it'll drop that shadow to make that shadow accentuate the shape of the bottle, which is, that's their shtick, is that shape of the bottle, right?
Right. That's,
Yeah.
I have
Yeah,
to,
the bottle
Right.
looks good. A little clean up there.
Yeah,
Bottle
that's
looks
the
good for
card.
sure. Say it again.
that was the card.
Oh, I see. Okay,
I didn't get it quite exactly right.
got it. Okay, yeah, you gotta make sure it's absolutely correct. Yeah. Yeah, I would stick with this. An easy shot to reproduce. So, do
Yeah,
it
I'm gonna
again.
try that. I like that. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I wanted to tell you though, this, as I wrote it up, this is an old bottle I had. It was only half full. And there was no way to open it up to put anything in. So you mentioned Perweiler earlier. I remembered a picture in his book where he had a bottle laying down, a funny shaped bottle.
Yeah.
He wanted to do some weird perspective thing with it, but I thought, if I lay it down, it won't look like it's half full. And so that's,
I
that's,
remember when he laid it down, he cut a hole in the background.
yeah, right. He lit it
And
from
he lit it
underneath.
from the bottom.
Yep. Yeah, I didn't want to cut through. That's a piece of floor tile there. So
Yeah, that's
I-
a little hard to cut a hole in that.
yeah, but the idea of lying it down, I had heard somewhere you shouldn't have a half empty bottle for these kind of shots. So
No, you shouldn't. Yeah, that's true.
so it's a little bit fake because it's only half full, but it kind of worked out. And
Yeah. Like I said, I tried again with a little bit more shaping to it.
yeah, I like that. I'll try that.
Okay. Let me
Thanks a
go
lot.
back. Oh, we got to go back here because I see Jan just came in. All right, Jan,
Yeah, hi. Thanks for waiting.
how are you?
Well, exhausted from this bottle.
Well, let's look at you behind the scenes, see what you're doing.
Well,
with it.
can I say something? Because when I
Sure.
posted it, I had some very valuable feedback. So the shot I did afterwards is way down in the comments. Yeah. So this is the
Yeah,
one I
let's look
did
at
in the
this one.
morning.
We'll look at this one. We're gonna forget about the other one. We're gonna forget the other one was ever posted.
The
Okay.
trouble I had was keeping it dark while lighting it up.
Well, if you've got a clean highlight, we'll know it's black. Our eyes know that it's reflecting. So we know that. I like what you did here with this. This is kind of funky right in there. And I don't
Yeah,
know why that is.
I think one is maybe the reflection of the softbox and one
It
is
is.
the light.
This is a reflection of your light source. That's what that is on here. And we got a little bit of light coming down here. That looks like a special light. You got a snoot or something on that?
Yes, for the
Okay.
logo.
And the same on this?
Yeah, well, it's the same light. Yeah.
Okay, same light, because it's hitting that and coming down
Yeah.
here. All right. We can see this here. I like your background. I think that looks good for
Thanks.
this.
Thanks.
This is a better shot than the other one.
Thanks.
Much better shot than the other one. All right. Highlight up front. I would love to have seen a highlight back there as well. Because
Okay.
you got it on this edge, you got it on this edge, and then we lose it back there. We need that one more edge to just
How
make it uniform.
would you get it there?
Your bottles here,
Yeah.
right? Your background's here. You got your side lights coming in from the side, and you take a white card and you put it right about there. So these cards are lighting up that card. The edge here, just before the edge goes over the back, at somewhere in that infinite angles here, somewhere it's going to see that card up here and
Okay.
bounce it back to you.
Okay.
And if it has to be in the shot, and I don't think it has to be in the shot, but if it had to be in the shot, then you just take it out in Photoshop.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's the thing. This down here, we can pull that up a little bit with some dodging and burning. But
Okay.
this is a much better shot. Gives us a much better idea of what this is
Thanks.
than the other one.
I had big trouble to get the highlights on the sides to go down to the surface.
Yeah,
Is
because
it possible at all?
your bottle is here.
Yeah.
The camera's up here and you're looking down. So it's somewhere at the bottom, about here, the bottle
okay.
starts reflecting, angle of incidence.
Okay.
Angle of reflection starts reflecting the black.
All right.
So if you needed to shoot this and you wanted to get it straight all the way down the bottom, you'd probably have to put the bottle on a background right at the edge of the background and shoot at it slightly up.
All right.
Then your white card is going to go down below the surface it's sitting on, and it's going to reflect all the way up.
All right.
The bottle. If it's sitting down and you're shooting at an angle going down, you're always going to pick up
the
ground.
And is that acceptable?
Yes and no. Almost nothing is wrong. It just depends on your client.
Right.
Okay. I'm not crazy about this because I'm old school. So, and I want everybody to know that I'm old school. I want this highlight to come straight all the way down to the bottom. Okay. But at this angle, that would look if you did that at this angle, you'd go, something's wrong here, because our brains know that's not how it works. Right.
Okay.
It would look what? It would look Photoshop. Look like you picked it up and dropped it down. So I'm always working on angles. I would rather shoot a bottle straight across.
Okay.
Literally straight across, or slightly up, or a lot down. It's this middle of the road.
Okay.
The one where I think 90% of photographers shoot. That's the one that's the problem. Let's get down on top of it. Let's, come up just a little bit from the bottom, some way to change it up. Yeah, good.
Thanks.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, way better than that.
Yeah, I think I've got, I forgot, it's Arnold I've got to thank for that, because I couldn't see that, I didn't want to see that bottle ever again. And then he said, he posted a shot of his wine bottles and motivated me to do it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
So is he here?
I don't know. I don't see Arnold's name.
I'm very grateful.
We always, I don't know if it's me, but I love my group, my Project 52 group, the mentorship group, this group, and I have one called the Minimal Viable Brand group. We just have the best people, just the best people. Everybody takes time to help somebody else out. Okay,
Thank
Terry.
you.
Hey, Don.
Hi.
Hi.
So is this, do you push this to spritz it?
Yep.
That's interesting.
I think so. It's empty. I don't know.
Okay.
I got it from a friend. It's the one I had a couple years ago.
Okay. What is the background?
It's kind of a modelly piece of paper that I thought might sparkle, like their video ad is she's in a downtown at night in the rain. And so the city is sparkling. So it didn't work that way. So I just let it be modeled.
Yes, I would get rid of every one of those white spots.
Okay.
They don't look right.
No, they don't.
Down here, that's not bad down here. I do like the second shot better because you see the heel, the gold.
Yep.
And you've got a little more sparkle coming down there. So we get to see a little bit more of that. And you see a little bit of the edge of the toe here of this thing. All right, that's really cool. Now there's some areas that I would have you.
It's funny, I shot this in bright white before and the flaws didn't show, but then you do it in dark And the flaws, they show much more,
Yep.
you know,
Um,
yeah, up there where there's some flaws and stuff in the paint.
This blue here, does that continue or is it just right there?
No, it's, the whole bottle looks black, but when you shine a light through it, it's blue.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay.
And so there must be thinner areas where it shines more easily.
All right, got it. That makes sense.
Yep.
So the question is, do we leave them in or take them out? My answer would be, if I was the art director, I'd say take them out,
Oh, okay.
because we can't explain to our consumers that the glass is, they don't know what that is. And if they get the bottle and it doesn't have the beautiful blue stripe that they loved.
Yep.
Okay, so let's take that out, and same within here, just even this up here. I like this. I wish we had used the rocks back here. We don't see the horizon line here.
Mhm.
And we see the horizon line here, and it's just like the horizon line is boring. These are not boring. I would put more back here, even if you want to leave these here, and just hide that horizon line. So it's, you know, sitting in diamonds up all the way through here. I kind of like this angle that you've got going here with it. We
Right.
did need a white card over here, though, Terry. We needed to get something on the side of this shoe here, because the
Yeah,
shoe,
that was a challenge.
yeah, the shoe's disappearing into the dark background because the shoe is going round like this, and you've got a dark background. You know, it's going to start
Yeah.
reflecting the background.
Okay.
This is
And
going to be
I tried putting little strips of like TP little paper or bent little pieces of paper along where you have here, trying to catch a line on the bottom of the sole there, and it was just really hard.
Yeah, that
And
would
I
be
actually-
the only way I could think of doing it, would be to take a white card and put it right up next to the shoe.
Okay.
And do the shot and then take the card out, Photoshop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then if it's too bright, you know, because, you know, again, our brains are going to go, where's that highlight coming from? Even though we're not consciously thinking about it, our brains are. There's not, you know, you might want to dull it down just a little bit, so it has more of a, you know, a shadow feel to it, but at least it separates it from the background.
So, yeah, I was really trying to get the heel like that. I had done that on the bright picture, where the light's coming from both sides and you see the dark in the middle. So
Mhm.
sometimes
well-
sometimes small things are good successes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Good job. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, very good. Ding. Is it ding hang?
Yes.
Am
Hi,
am I pronouncing it right? Ding hang?
Dong Hong.
All right, Dong Hong.
Yes,
Okay, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you.
All right, we got the. Oh, I see. It's the blue is getting the side of the cap.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So are we lighting it with blue lights?
It was a blue gel.
With a blue gel, okay.
Well, this is my first time, to be honest. I'm new to photography, to everything. My first time to take a pro, but I'm a big fan of your work. So I watch a lot of your videos, but I have never done one this before. I have always wanted to learn. You have such in-depth knowledge. I really admire. So I decided this time I'm going at least to give it a try.
Well, good. Well, I'm glad you did. You know, there's no harm in trying. None at all. And it's a pretty good shot. So let's break it down here. So we've got blue gels on our strobes.
In the back.
Well, this one back here is blue?
Yeah.
Okay. And then these are white?
Yeah.
Got it. That's so pretty right in here. That's so clean. And then that blue edge is just mind-boggling. Okay, it's a special effect is what you've done here, but I think it's really cool. So it's like a blue glow, but that is actually the cap coming back around here, picking up, you know, angle of reflection, picking up this from over here and just going down the side of it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. This is nice down through here. The bottle looks great. Little areas like that and that we can clean up, and that that little area there we can clean up, but that looks like it's in the bottle, not in the
Yeah.
photography. Across the bottom, and this is almost with every perfume bottle, it gets a little raggedy right in here. We just want to
Mhm.
clean that up. You don't want
Mhm.
to take the black out because we'd lose our bottom, right?
Yeah.
But we can clean it up so it's not so, so it doesn't look like sediment.
Mhm.
Very good. And the label is white, I take it?
Yes. I think because the way I put the bottle all the way to the back, but the spray box is so long, it's go all the way towards the camera, so reflect lots of light back to the label.
Well, it looks good. And you've got your horizon in as perfect a spot as you could put it.
But I have a question for you. If you look at the top at the cap, right under these two triangle shape, the highlight. So it seems
Here?
I'm under the triangle. I'm right under the triangle. The little, that with at the neck, seems at the neck,
The neck? Yeah.
Go up, go up. Yeah, stop. Down. Yeah. That part just don't, doesn't look nice. I'm guessing it's
Well,
probably the.
Remember, angle of incidence, angle of reflection. The bottom part of this cap is reflecting the bottle.
Yeah.
That's the bottle.
Is it okay to be there or no?
Probably, yeah, unless the art director wants to take it out. And that I wouldn't, if I was the art director, I'd probably on a bottle like this, I probably wouldn't take it out. But some art directors would. Now, here's what happens. We all know that this bottle cap is very shiny, right?
Yeah.
If you take this out and you make it, what color? Black? Okay. Then it's still going to remain a black, shiny cap because of the edges of the light. Since the transition is super sharp, we know it's shiny. So in reality, you could make that pure black and it would be fine. It would be just fine to do because we're not going to lose anything from the cap. It is a black, very glossy cap.
I look at that because I actually even Google online of this product, their product image. So I look at their image. Their cap is not black. And they must have a super big reflector or super big reflector. Their highlights cover most of the black area. I don't know how they do it. I'm just trying to guess how they did it because their highlight cover almost the whole cap. They have very tiny little black.
Yeah, you can put a rounded off white card over it. Man, Zoom, get your act together. You can put a rounded card over the top and then it reflects this.
Oh.
And you can bring your lights in much closer. They'll start to creep up the top of this thing. The closer you bring them, they're going to get bigger, right? So there's a lot of different ways. You just have to think. I call it subject-centric lighting. You just have to think from the subject out. What does the subject see? Rather than thinking about what the camera sees, which is important, but put yourself as the bottle and look around. You look up, you see black. Well, if you look up and see black, if you were this bottle looking up, that's what it's going to be. So ask yourself, if I was in the bottle, what would I see? That's where you need to put your light.
I see.
Hey, Don.
Yeah.
Can I make a comment?
Yeah.
If you look at her bottle, if you look at her cap, that's functioning like almost like a fisheye lens. So that artifact underneath, that is her set. If you look at the folds, the little folds in there, and if you look at behind the scene, that's her set.
I mean,
It's her set because you can see the two strip lights And what's below the strip white is her set. And that's like a fisheye effect because it's a round cap.
Yeah,
So
but it's
that's what
angled
she's doing.
down, Arnold. It's coming
Yes,
down.
it
That-
is.
that-
Yes,
that's
it is.
coming
But
down, so.
look at her set.
Oh.
Look at behind the scenes. It's right there. You see the folds of the cloth?
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's the
Like a wide
artifacts
angle.
that
It's
you
like
see.
a
Yeah,
wide angle lens because it's curved out.
exactly.
Yep.
That's what it is.
I see.
So I would probably tell you to just turn it black. Turn it black and be done with it.
Okay.
The closer you bring these to this thing, the bigger that highlight's going to be on here.
Okay, I'll try.
All right. Good
Thank
job.
you.
Good job. Yeah. Take it. Oops. Whose is this?
That was me, Don, but I don't know. I should be at the very end because I didn't. I think
This is Catherine? Is your shot not next to your picture?
apparently not. I don't know what happened, so you could just skip over that for now, I suppose.
Where's your picture?
Probably at the very end of the gallery.
Okay. Interesting. All right.
I had trouble with uploading.
All right, we'll go from here. Next one is Alan Mason. Hey, Alan, how you doing?
Hi there, Don. How's life?
Good. This looks pretty darn good. We got some flowers and things through here that look nice. The light looks great. The reflection down here looks fine with this. It gives it a little bit of dimension. Overall, the shot looks a little bit flat, and I think it has to do with this very flat background. Very flat. There's no.
It's my lounge wall.
Yeah, I think you're too close to the wall.
All right.
I think you're too
Okay.
close to the wall because then you don't let yourself be able to nuance this thing very well. This looks good. We can brighten the white of the lettering. All this looks good. This is, always going to be a challenge when you're doing it like this. I don't know what that is, and I definitely don't know what that is, but that has to be fixed. I'd fix that too. This looks like a little anomaly in the paint, but
I think it
something's
could be.
reflecting over here.
I don't know what that is. I couldn't tell you.
Well, it's the table reflecting up here, and then the gray thing over there. Why it's doing that, I don't know. But I'd fix that. And bring out the highlights a little bit here. Just, you can do that in Photoshop. Bring out the highlights. Looks pretty good. Let's see. Oops. Let's see.
I forgot to take my BTS shots to go to the lighting diagrams, but you will see also that I do mention that the wall is very close. It's probably about 2 foot away.
Yeah, I'd probably pull it back fast enough so we don't pick up the texture.
Okay.
We don't want to see that texture.
Sure.
All right, well, good. The white cards, are they far away?
No, they're very close in. They were very close in. I did crop it, and then I expanded the I expanded the scene. It was content aware or whatever they call it in Photoshop.
Okay. Yeah, it looks a little what's the word? It's a little flat. We need some more powerful lighting on the side. It looks like the cards were too far away. I think the cards needed to be right about there, and back a little bit, and leaning back just ever so slightly leaning back so that top light can light those cards up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think you can,
With
I
you.
think maybe a little contrast in Photoshop or Lightroom, just pop the contrast a little bit, may be able to see it. And if there's something you can do about that background, maybe a little bit darker back here, a little bit lighter in here, you know, that type of thing, just get that, that'll make these pop out because they're flat, which is okay, but that's flat too. We need a little dimension on it.
I think what I'll do is I'll just select the whole subject and then brighten up the background or something like that.
Okay. Very good. Very
Thank you.
good. Yeah. Jan Wilding.
It's Jan, yeah.
Jan Welding.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
Very good. This looks very nice. This looks super nice. What a beautifully detailed. Just love the light hitting the flower. Wow, it's so beautiful. Your pendant up here, the light coming down across that. Now, did you do that in light or did you lighten that up a little bit in Photoshop?
I lightened that up a bit in Photoshop.
Okay, yeah, it's just beautiful. And you got your back edge to the bottle. It's a great bottle, great looking bottle. And you solve the weather lights coming through it by putting a very gentle white cloth back there that is fine. It lets us see through. It lets us see the color of the bottle's colored, right? Not the liquid, or are they both colored?
Yeah, the bottle's coloured, yes.
Yeah. So
the bottle's very dark at the bottom and it gradually goes lighter.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Highlights look good right through here. I love this feeling of bright light back through here and the shadow. That's a cookie, I take it?
Yes, yeah. I decided to try it after Giannis said about it last week.
Yep. And then you got this great hard highlight here, hard shadow. That's so cool. That means you got to pop that light that's doing this to the rose is giving us this shadow, isn't it?
Yeah. I think so, yes.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Nice cookie. Now, a cookie for a set like this could be a third that size.
Okay.
Because you're really, with a cookie this size, you're really only using about that much of it, right?
Yeah,
You
yes. I
made a
wasn't quite
little-
sure how big to make it. Yeah.
Well, no, this is a great cookie. Keep it forever. You're going to use this all. And you just turn it a little bit and it changes everything. So
yes.
fantastic. If you made one that was like 12 by 12,
okay,
you did the same design in here, you'd get more of them down here.
Right. Yeah.
Because you're going to be this far in front of it, and the light's going to go through, 10 holes rather than really just 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But these are great. A long time ago, a photographer in New York was shooting headshots for Vogue, probably the early 80s. And I cannot remember his name. He's pretty famous. It might have been Hiro, H-I-R-O. But he was doing this. And what he was doing is using 2 soft boxes on the models, but he was putting cookies on the soft box. Now, if you know what happens to a cookie, when you put it on the soft box, you don't get any edge. To get the edge, you have to move it away from the light. The farther away it is from the light, the sharper the shadow, right?
Yeah.
He was putting them on the light and shooting his pictures and getting this super soft, modeled, incredible light. And he had his assistants were sworn to secrecy. It didn't come out. I mean, some photographers figured out, but it didn't come out that we found out about until, years after he shot them. But they were sworn to secrecy. They had to sign a non-disclosure. He was so protective of that thing. And now I don't think anybody even uses it. Something to think about. People, photographers, something to think about. Nicely done, Jan. That's a beautiful photograph. Good for you.
Okay. Thank
Good
you.
for you. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Arnold.
Hello.
I love the angle. Are you on the surface here with your lens, or are you using a
right
shift?
on. It's probably half an inch off the surface. Yeah. that's what I have. Because no other angle would have worked for me. And I had to make it look majestic a little bit. So that was the angle that's necessary. Well, the idea for this is originally I wanted to do something else and it did not work because I wanted liquids on it, I wanted solids on it, because the idea is a dream. So you go from liquid to solidity. And but this is what I came up with. And this is shot with a single light. So I was just moving a single flash around with a scrim.
So it's shot with a single light, but it's multiple exposures.
Yes, exposure blending. That's
Yeah.
basically what I have been doing here.
Yeah, very cool.
So yeah, the faceting on the cap, I had to get that. That's why there was a lot of exposure.
Yeah. Nicely done. Couple little things that I see. These little guys, little artifacts here.
Okay.
I'd really clean those up. Down here, maybe these two here. Everything else on the shot looks really great, Arnold. You might pull that highlight up a little bit. That one right there. But
All right.
man, that's very nice. I love the angle. What is the swish that's coming in here?
That is in the background
That's very cool.
because that's a gray vinyl. So it's not paper. So it reflects light very differently.
It looks like a cloud.
Yeah, because I didn't hang it straight. It's kind of like there's a little curl on it. So when the light hits it, it creates that.
That's cool.
And
That's
then
very
I
cool.
added little colors because United Colors of Benetton, they always do colors. So
Hold on just for a second, guys. We'll show. Looks great.
thanks.
And that's Benetton, you said? Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and thank you for this really detailed thing. I think a lot of the folks here
Well,
drag this down to your
okay, let me
desktop,
just
folks, and-
explain when I move the scrim to, if you look at the image there, the scrim is on the left side, right? So when on the behind the scenes, so when I move the scrim to the left, I also move the black card on the other side. So that's tonal control that way. Because
Yeah.
if I didn't do that, I would not have the same tonal control.
Right. And very careful use of the tools, not leaving anything to chance. Good work. Giannis.
Hi, hello, Don.
Hi, Giannis. What this is, is this cover up? Does the perfume go into this thing?
Yeah, that rotates around the bottle.
Oh.
Show it up, yes. It's actually like a case, you know.
Imagine what that thing costs.
Yeah, it's actually very expensive bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very expensive.
Yeah,
But I
just
had a
as,
challenge of shooting that.
Yeah, well, you've got, all these beautiful gradients in here. Nothing's left to chance. I love how it's bright at the top here where it's a little bit darker in the background. And as the background gets brighter, it gradients into a darker tone. So it's always separating. If it stayed this, I hope everybody sees, if it stayed this tone right here all the way down, it's just going to disappear here. You've got to control those edges. And then the same thing down here, we get to pick it up in the base. And just that little bit of color is really a stunning shot. Giannis,
Thank you.
Nicely done all the way through.
Thank
And
you, Dan.
Giannis, you generally have amazing behind the scenes. I think you do with this one as well. Yes.
Yes. I show here every step I did, everything. As you know, I first and always start with the background shots. From there, I build up my lighting till I get everything in shot and then blend them together. Actually, the first photo from the behind the scenes, as you can see the photos, soft boxes there.
Yeah.
I used just two of them in the first place. Then I turned the above light, the 7-inch reflector above the bottle, which is shot number 2, to take those highlights. Then I get back the light to the background and took the first photo of the exposures. And then from there, I build up till the end.
Do you have a method of the way you stack them? Do you stack the darkest on the bottom or the lightest on the bottom up?
Oh,
Or
yeah, I actually go from dark to light.
dark to light?
Yes.
So you paint back your darks.
No, my lights. I start with the dark layer. The first
Right.
exposure is my darks. And this example is the first
Okay,
one.
got it. So
Okay.
then you put the
Then
top
the
on. you
layer
do it
above
one
is
turn.
the second.
Ah,
Yes,
yeah.
building
Okay.
up, building up. You can go the other way. That's
Yeah.
totally the same thing.
Yeah.
I just I'm used doing this way.
Yep.
That's fine either way.
I would probably do it the way you do it. I would probably get my base and build my highlights.
Yeah,
I've done
you
it
can
both
go-
ways. I think
yeah.
building the highlights to me makes more sense
Yeah.
in the
For
end.
for landscapes, I go from middle to highlights and then to back to blacks. It's the other way. But for products, I always start from dark and then build up to the highest light, the brightest bright, I call them. Yes.
Very cool. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Very good stuff. Thank you, Giannis. Great shot.
Oh, I
Thank you,
just want to comment that it's hard. I mean, I have some experience with this. I always have to start with a dark background. Because you build up the highlights. You build up from zone 0, zone 3, and then you build up to zone 5, and then you build up 6 and 7s and 9s. So that's my process, and it makes sense for me. And I'm not surprised that Giannis is doing the same way.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good, guys. And we got this shot. We've got another one of these. Okay. Michaela. Michaela, you here?
I think she had to leave, Don.
Oh, okay. If anybody has to leave, you see the time coming, you have to leave, just let me know. We'll go and grab your images, okay? I don't want you to come and get your images looked at. All right, so Michaela, I don't know which ones of these I'm supposed to look at. Not that one, probably not that one. So that one. And I think you did a good job on this bottle. I'm not crazy about these bottles going out of focus though. Shallow depth of field these days are not doing, it's not what we're doing with other product. These are products of this one. We don't want them to be out of focus. Your light looks good all the way through. Light looks fine, maybe a little bit brighter highlight over here. Did a good job here. Watch out for that black line that comes down here. You may have to put a white card above or below the camera to minimize that black line a little bit, but it's getting goofy here, but it does look good on the sides here. Oh, I'm sorry that I missed her. Okay. Vasanta? Is it Vasanta? I don't see the name. Also gone. This looks really good through here. These highlights up here should go through the cap instead of ending here. That's That we need to that, but that I think is because you're coming down on the bottle at a quite a direction. So you need to get your white cards in as close to the bottle as you possibly can, even out if they were out here, or even if they're in the shot, let them be in the shot and just take them out in Photoshop, take the cards out. So we need to get those to come all the way down. You see the texture in this. This looks pretty because you're shooting it on a bright background, looks great up here. That's clean. Let's go look at your behind the scenes. I think that might be able to give us a little bit more. Yes. Yeah, your cards are so far away. They're not, the cap is starting to reflect the ground in between. Get these cards up there. And if they're, get them as close as you can without being in camera. And if you have to get them in camera, put them in camera. It's okay. And then just take it out in Photoshop. Do 2 shots, one with, one without, and take the one with out. We're shooting into the background on the black plexi. That's giving us the bright reflection. Yes, very nice. Good, good. Asha.
Hey, Don, how are you?
Good, Asha. Look at your beautiful horizon. Look at that. Right there. Let that babe, let us see the shape of this thing. Light coming through it. That's really pretty, Asha.
Thank you.
That is a pretty bottle. All the color.
Yes,
Now,
it is.
the color is in the bottle?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's got the pink in the center and it pales out into a kind of yellow. I mean, it's not really yellow, but
Cool. Are you shooting right into the light? Is that what we're doing?
yes,
Okay. Just one card on the side.
2 cards on both sides.
Oh, okay. You got a card on each side. All right. Got it.
It was not a full bottle, so
What is this cap made out of? It looks like it's made out of, to me, it looks like it's made out of concrete. I'm sure it's not.
no, it's a plastic top, but it's got a kind of a silverish. It's got a mirror finish, in fact.
Okay. Here's what I would do. We didn't get a shine on it, right? Because it's a kind of a dull metal, right?
Yeah.
I would put it into Photoshop. I'd take this thing up to its own layer, and then using whatever dodging method you use, just dodge in like at an angle, a little bright area here, and maybe a little bright area down there, slightly brighter. So it looks like the metal is shining on something, shining on the metal.
Okay, I have one like that.
Yeah.
I was not sure of it.
I think that would work better. That is too flat for that lovely, beautiful bottle with all the shapes and depths and everything to it. We're actually seeing the color of the perfume is different than the background. And then that is too flat. We need to add something to it.
Okay, I have that. I'll
All
put
right.
that out.
Okay, very good. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Jerry.
Hi, Don.
Hi, Jerry. How are you?
I'm pretty good, I think.
All right. So we've got the gummy bears here, gummy animals of something. Are you shooting this under a plexi? You are.
Yes. Yeah, the light is underneath it. Yeah.
Okay. So the first thing that I notice is this isn't white. And it needs to be.
I've actually got gel is actually on the light. You actually see there's a little bit of pink, a little bit of green, a little bit of blue.
Oh,
Subtle.
okay. You're gelled the light.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay. What's doing this, these highlights? Is that a...
Yeah, so you can't see it in the shot there. So I just used 2 cards there, took a separate shot and held it over it.
Okay, good.
And blended it afterwards.
Okay, that's a great way to do it. But when you did it, you're using the light from down here, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so what's happened here is that these guys are not bright enough. Cause
Okay.
I see now you got some red coming into this one. You got some green coming into this one.
Yeah, I actually cut out a piece of white paper and took out those two that were closest to it too, because it was quite strong. I hoped I got all of it. Obviously, I didn't.
Boy, I really like your concept. I really like the concept. I think the only thing that I'm feeling that maybe would help me like it better, okay, because I like it a lot, is contrast. I
Okay.
think it needs more contrast. We need to pop this cap a little more. We need to pop the colors in here a little more. Did you add contrast or did you leave it alone?
I didn't know. No.
I would go back in and try. Do you have Nick?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Use the Nick Color Effects Pro Contrast.
Okay.
And use
I'll try that.
setting number 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Setting number 4, the last setting, because that'll give you the dynamic contrast within each of these gummies. And see what you think, and then post it on Facebook.
Okay.
Because I think that's all I'm missing here is a little bit of dynamic contrast. On the top slider on the right, it's going to say correct color. Drag that all the way to the left because you don't want it to fix this to make it white and fix that to make it white. Okay. So say no, don't change, don't mess with the color. Just do the contrast.
Okay. Okay.
All right, good. Have you upgraded to Nick 5 yet?
No, no.
It's really good. It's
Okay,
worth
you'd
the
recommend
update.
it.
Yeah, worth the update. Okay, and the next one is, we did this, we did Asha. Our next one is this one. That's how I did it. And we got this one by Lawrence.
Hi, Dan.
Hi, Lawrence. That's really pretty.
Thank you.
That's just beautiful. Look at your edges, your cap, everything looks fantastic. Good job.
Thanks.
Darn good job. That's just
I had
beautiful.
a lot of problem because I upgraded Photoshop today and that was a mistake. It kept crashing on me, so I couldn't do much editing. So I was lucky that I got a good picture to work with in the first place. But I guess there's a couple of things that still need to be fixed.
Yeah, it's just really, really pretty. I love the way that it's darker over here. And we get a little bit brighter here. And up top, it's bright on this side coming down. It's just really, that's just so super well done. Let's see how you did it. Okay.
Yeah, so it's quite a simple setup. So the bottle is so I built a tent, as you can see, with a diffuser.
Yeah.
And the bottle is actually sitting on 2 silver cards, which are curled up on each edge. So I managed to get the highlight on the entire bottle that way.
And then you just took it out in Photoshop?
Well, I try a bit, but I got a reflection from the background, so I got this kind of effect I kind of like, so I left it that way. But yeah, I took a bit in the horizon away.
Yeah, looks great. Looks great, Lawrence.
Thank you.
Nice shot.
Thanks.
Carmen. Hi, Carmen.
Hello there.
Long time no see.
I know. Geez, we have to stop meeting like this.
Over Zoom. Imagine if we got a nickel for every Zoom meeting. Good grief.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this texture in here. There. And then your leather goods going all the way back here. So you came right to the edge. We're going to fix that and that. It came right to the edge here of this curved thing. That's very cool.
Thank you. It was hard. It was hard to do. I was surprised. Like I had my idea. I took a page from Giannis's book of, going with each light
Mhm.
and getting happy with it, and then moving on to the next light and to the next light, and then blending it all in Photoshop.
Yeah.
What didn't work for me, it's a really opaque bottle, was trying to get like the white card thing behind it and
Well, if it's
having it shine
opaque, you
through.
don't need to, if it's opaque, you
But
can't.
you could see through it, but it was funky looking, so I didn't use it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a
I mean,
reflection from the front.
We had to shoot a dark wine once, and the client this was before digital, and the client was just adamant that that bottle he wanted to see the wine, and it's like some sort of Cabernet. I mean, it's like blood, it's just dark. We ended up having to take a cutout, putting a softbox behind it, taking a cutout and blasting the softbox light through it. And then we had to have it put together in stripping. That's where they would that's how we used to composite things back in the old days. It was like $1,000 stripping job for them to strip it in. And it didn't look like Cabernet, because Cabernet is dark. It looked like, it looked like a rosé.
Oh God forbid.
Yeah. Well, it was, in the wine world, yeah, that's not going to work.
No.
Very nice. Very nice. Oh yeah. Okay.
There was I just kept adding lights.
Well, I like you're using the little lights everywhere on this.
I tried.
I'm gonna design a lighting my own lighting, where I use like 25 speed lights, because I own 25 speed lights.
Yeah,
And
I think I used every light I owned.
they're in a box, and I'm thinking I'm going to use every one of these on a shot. I'm just going to develop this lighting style, and it'll gradually get more and more minimal each year as they die, Anyway, lovely, good job.
Right.
Good job. Ocean by Catherine Gooding.
The worst class.
There you are. You kept the blue up here. Good for you. It's almost going away. I would darken that just a little bit. We can see it. Now, is this just purely shooting into the light? No white cards or anything?
No cards, no nothing. It's just a soft box behind the bottle.
We're shooting into the softbox?
Yes.
Nothing on the sides?
Nothing on the sides.
Your microphone is doing something weird, Catherine. I don't know what it is. It's like it's doing this in and out.
Let me unplug. It is. Is that better?
Yeah.
Yes, that is correct. It's just the soft box behind the bottle. Nothing on the sides except for studio.
Okay. Yeah, I think you got to put white cards, because your studio black's giving you intermittent and uncontrolled light. See this here?
Yep.
Something over there looks great, and then something over here isn't. Yet if that was a black card going down and they were the same size, this would be almost uniform through here. This looks pretty good, but I'd clean those little light areas up, like that dark area there. Cool. That's a nice shot. I think
I did this at 1 a.m. after giving up on.
Maybe
You
put a
can
little
see
shine
the-
on this side of this cap, in Photoshop, just a little bit of gloss there.
Okay. Okay.
Good. It's amazing what you can do with one box and a couple of cards, folks. That's pretty. Your logo looks good too.
You can see the behind the scenes on the next one.
I'm sorry, saying behind the scenes?
Yeah, there's a behind the scenes. That's the next.
No, I don't think it's the next one. I think it's lost up here on the top, right?
I can see it after. I can see it after hers.
It's all the way at the bottom.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Good. Yeah, I would not trust the sides of bottles to Studio Black, folks. I wouldn't do it. I build what you want so that you know it's as perfect as it can be. Because Studio Black can go wonky, especially when there's nothing out here to give it an edge. And edges are everything when you're shooting bottles. You got off pretty lucky, Catherine, actually. But I think a black card or a white card, depending on which way you wanted to do this, would give you a more perfect edge than the Studio
Be
Black.
sure to do that next. I'll redo it and share the results.
Okay,
Because this,
very good.
this was a result of 1 in the morning. and moving on to-
Yeah, your mic is shot, Catherine.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's obviously you're just like, you just disappeared down a tunnel if you can still hear me. Bye, Catherine. All right, good. Good. All right. So if you haven't seen, next week is watches. And I'll just leave you with this. If you think perfume bottles were hard, wait till you shoot a watch. All kinds of little rules and rules of thumb there. And there's a extra added little thing for those of you who are real brave. If you want, at the end of the workshop here, at the end of the page, if you want to shoot to a layout, this is optional. This is not in addition to, this is if you choose to go this way. There is a layout here, 2 beers and a watch on a surface with an edge coming down with an edge. If you want to try to shoot the layout, give it a shot. The layout's in here. The PSD is linked. If it's not linked, it'll be linked shortly. And you can go from there. But that's not don't do 2 shots. Either do this one or the other one, which is just to shoot a watch and enjoy.
Sorry, can you repeat that with the layout? I didn't hear that.
Repeat what, sir?
With the layout, what do we have to do?
You can either shoot to the layout or not.
Ah. Okay.
So if you want an adventure and shoot the 2 beers with the watch and the edge and some sort of dark background that comes up to the edge, you know, it's got to have an edge. It's got to be sitting on the edge. Those are the 2 beers. If you want to do that, fantastic, go and do it. But that would be instead of a freestyle watch shot, not with a freestyle watch shot. So everybody still turns in 1 picture, 1 behind the scenes.
Okay.
All right, everybody, have a great one. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, John.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
All the best.
Bye.